Salve discipuli. Today we're going to be starting chapter 12. So you are going to want to be on page 81 in your books. And we'll get started with our vocabulary list as usual. We're only going to pronounce it one time this week. This is the only time we're going to do that. So make sure that you're following along with each word and paying attention as we read them aloud. So again, we're on page 81. With the chapter 12 vocabulary list, and let's go ahead and pronounce them. Dukes, dukies, familia, familiae, flumen, fluminis, legatus, legati, obses, obsidies, pax, pacis, periculum, periculi, statua, statuae, virgo, virginis, Lego, legere, legi, lectum, propono, proponere, proposui, propositum, reverto, revertere, reverti, reversum, ceteri, ceterorum, liber, libera, liberum, circum, propre, and quod. And those are your vocabulary words for this chapter. So for chapter 12, we're going to take a step back from nouns and verbs, and we're actually going to look at a noun case in more detail. And we've already covered this case before, but much like the ablative case, we're going to add some side jobs to this noun's regular job. And so what we're actually going to be talking about this week is the genitive case. So if you look on page 82, it's the page right after your vocabulary list. Page 82 lists 4 uses of the genitive case. Now, the genitive case is the second noun case, and its function is usually to show possession, and we translate it with the word of. So normally you're used to seeing genitive words with the genitive ending on there, and you're going to translate them with the word of. Now that's not going to change. We actually get to keep translating the genitive with the word of, which is super helpful. But there are different uses of this that we're going to use other than showing possession. So if you look at the top of page 82, if you notice it says genitive case, and then it says A, B, C, and D, and we have some bold words and definitions. And your assignment for today is actually to write down the definitions that you see next to each bold word. So if you look at your chapter 12 assignment 1, that document, it says using page 82, define the following uses of the genitive case. The first one is A, possession. The second one is B, origin. Then it's C, material. And D, partitive, and you'll see each of those in bold underneath that heading on page 82, and you'll just tell me the definition that's next to it. So we're going to go over actually the first 2 today, and then we'll save the next 2 for a later lesson. If you look at letter A, possession, good news, you already know this use. This is the normal use of the genitive case. It shows possession, uses the word of. And so possession, the definition there is expresses ownership or belonging, shows possession. So they give a Latin example right underneath there, and I actually want to go over that real quickly with you because the examples are going to be really helpful for you to kind of start to recognize how to translate these. So underneath possession, it says arma militis. And in English, that is going to mean the arms of the soldier or the weapons of the soldier. And so you hear the possession in that sentence, right? The weapons belong to the soldier. So if you can ever rearrange your sentence to say it that way, you know you've got a use of possession. Another way that we do this in English, and you'll see it in the next sentence, the soldier's arms with an apostrophe S. That's used often to indicate possession in English. For now, whenever you see a genitive word, we're going to stick with using of. And that might be a little longer or clunky, but that's okay because it's going to help us streamline how we translate the genitive case. So first use of the genitive, possession. That's the one we know already, and that is the main use of the genitive case. That's normally what you're going to see. The second use of the genitive case is called origin. And the definition there is that origin expresses the place from which a person or a group originates. And look at the Latin example right underneath. It says Cloelia Romae, which is going to be translated Cloelia of Rome. And Cloelia is actually a name of a famous Roman woman, and we'll translate about her later. But that's a name, so we would say Cloelia of Rome. And that's just telling us where she's from. Where did she originate from? This is kind of like me saying Mrs. Ballard of Johnson City, telling you where I originated from. I'm from Johnson City, so an older way of saying that in English might be Mrs. Ballard of Johnson City. So that is origin. Did you hear the of in there? That's because the Romae is genitive, and that means we're going to use of with it when we translate. But notice that it's not possession. This is why we have a second use of the genitive case, because we have an of, but it's not showing possession, right? Rome doesn't own Cloelia, but it does show that she is from there or originated from there. So these two uses of the genitive case, the first one is possession. It's the normal one that we've always done, use of to translate it. The second one is also going to use of, but it's not showing possession, it's showing origin, where someone or something is from. And so those are the two uses of the genitive case that we are going to go over today. The rest we will go over in a later lesson. So for now, go ahead and work on assignment 1, just writing down those simple definitions on page 82. It shouldn't take you super long. If you need any help or have any questions at all, feel free to let me know, chat me, LMS me, whatever you need to do, email me. I would love to help you out. And that is all for today. Valete discipuli.